It's not my first time here at the MadCity conference. I was here the first time many years ago, back in the years when Niels was still young and good looking. And I'm so happy that I can always come back. So thank you for inviting me again. So I am from Belgium. Belgium is another Baltic country. So we are also like a small country. We also have some identity crisis. You don't know, are you Eastern Europe or Northern Europe? We don't know if we are south or north. And we have big surrounding countries. And to be significant in what we are doing, we have to be more creative, like the MadCity conference. And inspired by the MadCity conference, we started to organize Shared Mobility Rocks, also the second best conference all over the world. About shared mobility, this is what I am doing. So I have no idea what space is, how public space looks like, but I am a space invader. With shared mobility, I try to regain street space, with car sharing, with bike sharing. And I'm also working as a chair for the International Association for Public Transport to promote shared mobility among their members as well, because I believe that shared mobility is really part of a more complementary system together with cycling and with public transport. Let's talk about micromobility. There are many discussions about micromobility, about scooter sharing. Here I have seen in Riga mopeds as well, bicycles. And we did some research, or it was not me, but it was Way2Go, a Belgian NGO, about the impact of micromobility. And you can see that people are using, less public transport because of micromobility. That might be seen as a problem for public transport operators, but often buses or metros during rush hours are full. So it's good to have it like an extended way of public transport. But the main thing on this slide is that people are using micromobility instead of using their car. And that is what we are challenging for, what the challenges are for cities. Also a little bit more, there's a shift from private bicycles to shared bikes, but I don't see that as a real problem. And also for car sharing, we have same numbers. Well, I can see it over here as well. For car sharing, I was involved in the biggest car sharing company in Belgium, and the shareholders of the car sharing company were the public transport operators. And we saw a shift. People who became member of this car sharing company called Cambio, they started to use less cars, and instead they got rid of their car, and instead they were using more often their bicycle. They were walking more often. And I've heard this morning in a presentation that cyclists are going more often to local economy, to local shops. The same is happening with car sharers. They don't have their own car anymore, and they are thinking before they are doing something. And instead of going with a private car to a shopping mall, they're going in the neighborhood to the local shops. But you see a shift towards more sustainable transport modes. So I think this is a good thing. And also what we see with people who are sharing cars is that a shared car is replacing private cars. And this is how we are regaining street space, and that you as urban planners can do something much better with urban space than just building parking lots. So every shared car in Belgium is replacing, and this research has been done in Germany and other countries as well. Every shared car is replacing 10 private cars. So can you imagine if 5% of the population of Riga would share their car instead of owning a car? The impact would be to have 38,000 car sharers with more than 1,000 cars for shared mobility, for car sharing, and you would have 12,000 cars less. It's like you have to create parking lots for shared cars, but it's like investing in space if you create parking lots for shared cars. That is about 400,000 square meters. This is about 220 hockey fields. That's the size. And I've understood that the Baltic countries are extremely good in basketball. So it's like almost 1,000 basketball pitches. So can you imagine old people sitting there next to 1,000 basketball pitches? This is possible with car sharing. It's easy to invest in. It's not a big investment like in train infrastructure or road infrastructure or parking buildings. With car sharing, this is possible. And what can you do with the street space? You have many ideas, but we ask the question. And now, guess what's in the top 3? Can you guess? Someone? What? Nothing? Let's try. Nothing is not in the top 3. Something else? Street events. I've heard street events. Sitting and talking. Yes, this is number 1. Congratulations. Yes, we have seen many pictures today already that benches are so important to create everywhere. And now it's like confirmed. Next one. Place for children. Yes, congratulations, number 2. Number 3. Whoa, not everyone at once. Okay, you, what is your idea? Yep. Community gardening? No, sorry. Events? Do we have events already? Street events, yes, like the marathon, for instance. But of course, you can have like smaller community events as well. So this is the top 3, what we asked the people in Belgium, the Netherlands, and France. We see something happening as well. Autonomous technology. This is a picture. It should be a movie from autonomous mobility in Antwerp. Antwerp is a city in Belgium, in Flanders. They already have now in the car-sharing fleet some cars that are remote controlled. So someone in Berlin is sitting, playing with the PlayStation, but actually it's with the real car and bringing the cars back to the parking lots or bringing the cars to where people are living or need the car. This is happening already in Antwerp.
Polo. Dans le cas de Pony AI, c'était un service de mobilité autonome, un service de robotaxi sans opérateur à bord, tandis que Baidu Apollo continue aujourd'hui à rouler avec des opérateurs de sécurité. Mais ils ont l'objectif à terme, évidemment, de...
Same is happening in China, in the United States. So autonomous technology is really taking it over slowly. In Oslo, it's really part of the public transport system. So Router, the public transport operator from Oslo, from the Oslo region, has already in a pilot autonomous cars, and you can only use them like in a shared way. So you never know that you are going to be alone. This is like extended public transport. In China, in California, it's more like taxis. But what you see is that car sharing and taxi services, ride-hailing services are merging into each other and creating a future where we will have fewer cars in Europe. So they are predicting already like 5 years ago or longer, 8 years ago, there was a prediction that we would have in Europe 80 million cars less because of those systems. But it is a challenge. So we are going to use these cars more frequently. This is like a challenge, and I think that we have to think about that as well. And if you see those rectangles, do you see the same? If you watch it, so you can see in between there are some bullets popping up. I saw that on my laptop. So, but those are the dots that are missing. And those dots can be maybe mobility hubs, but what I saw in Riga as well is connecting all those spaces. The great new park I saw yesterday, so connecting it with the cycling bridge to the living area. And I think, I often speak about shared mobility, but cycling is the thing. Walking as well. Creating good quality for that. And then you connect everything. And people who are cycling often, they don't need a car and they become a car sharer. And the other way around as well, people who get rid of their car, they are using more their bicycles. So we have to connect those dots. And one of the things we are doing as well is promoting the concept of mobility hubs. And as well in Riga, there are already mobility hubs where you combine different modes of transport with some experience as well, maybe. I have seen good examples in Riga, but it's also a way to organize a little bit the micro-mobility. You can call it like street corner hubs. At every street corner you could find a bicycle, a scooter, and then it's visible. It's a system that is visible together with good bicycle infrastructure. And then you can really make a shift, regain street space, and then there's work for all of you to make Riga a mad city. So, thank you.